Alright, today's video, my thoughts on the Enginstar portable power station. I have two of them. This is the 296 watt hour, 300 watt max output. And that one's the 155 watt hour, 150 watt max output. My small power station is being powered by this 50 watt solar panel, and I have it plugged in to a power station charge adapter. That's my 100 watt solar panel, and I'm running traditional solar on that traditional solar setup, and that's charging the bigger power station. Here's the smaller Enginstar. I'm charging it with an adapter that goes straight into the solar panel right here. So this just plugs into the solar panel, and there's a wire right there. So right now I'm receiving 19 watts of charge. What I don't like about the smaller Enginstar is you can't use all your power options while you're charging. When it's unplugged, when you're not charging, you have access to the household plug. 12 volt, there's an adapter for this since it's a smaller power station, and USB. So when you're charging, you only have access to the USB, and it's plugged into my USB lamp. So I do like how it shows a reading 6 watts for the USB lamp. Apocalyptic Minister. I've had this Mini for a couple of years now, and I just discovered this game. It's really good. Here's my bigger Enginstar. A lot more going on here. So AC, that's household power. My laptop, my TV, and my Turbo Mini are using about 40 watts. DC, that's the 12 volt. GPS, it's not even registering. And then USB right there. And that's my Wi-Fi hotspot. And then in, we're getting 28 watts in right now, and I have this hooked up directly to my solar. So this is a whole different topic, but in my opinion, the traditional solar is a way better value than these portable power station because you have way more flexibility. So there's my surge protector for my traditional solar panel. That's the charge controller. How am I charging this right now? Directly off the 12 volt port off the solar charge controller. So you have a lot of options with the traditional solar. We'll talk about that in another video. Today we're just taking a look at the Enginstar. So 28 watts in and about 45 watts being used, so I'm using more watts than I'm taking in. But let's say I turn the TV off. Let's do that right now. TV off, laptop plugged in, and mobile hotspot. So right now I'm using about 30 watts and I'm receiving 30 watts. So I'm using what I'm receiving. So technically, as long as I have sunlight, if I ran this all day, I'm not draining the battery because I'm receiving what I'm using. So let's go ahead and just unplug the laptop. So now I'm just running my mobile hotspot, 4 watts. Now I'm receiving a lot more than I'm using, and of course I unplug this. Now I'm just not using anything. See, I like the watt reader. That's what I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. That's why I wanted an Enginstar. I just like stats. I like math. Shout out to the US math team once again. So right now there's a sale going on. Me and Adventure Ready Van Life, we got a really good deal on the bigger one. We got it for like $115 right now. With the $30 off, it's $159, and then the small one's $94 right now. So if you don't have one of these yet, pick one up. So I'm really impressed with the bigger one because, like I said, I got mine for like $115, and even for 159, it's a really good deal because it's equivalent to this one, the Jackery Explorer 300. Same capacities as the Jackery Explorer 300. So, like I said, I just wanted one of these because I like math. I want to see how many watts I'm receiving and how many watts I'm using. I just like these little displays. So I started off with that one. That was on my Amazon wish list. My girlfriend got me that one. And then I looked at them again. And then this one was on sale for $115. And I just had to pick it up. You could never have too much electricity in your van. 296 watt hours, 155 watt hours. So what that means is, we'll just round it up to 300. If I ran 100 watts through this, I could run it for 3 hours if I'm not receiving a charge. At the Lone Pine van meet, I ran my electric blanket as long as I can. It was cold. My electric blanket runs at 100 watts, so this could power my electric blanket for about 3 hours. So what I did was I used both of these at the same time. How did I do that? What I like about the bigger one, like I said, is you could use all the power outlets and receive a charge at the same time. This one you could only use USB. I forgot the household charger for this. When you use a household charger for this, you receive 60 watts. I'll go ahead and demonstrate it with the 12 volt. So here's a little 12 volt port, how to attach a 12 volt to the small one. The big one has one built in because it has the space for it. And you could also use this too. So you could have multiple 12 volts if you want, up to 3. This one's up to 2. So 1, 2, 3, and then this is the charge port. So if I had the household plug for the household charger plug for this, it's 60 watts in, but we only have the 12 volt right now. But this is what I did in Lone Pine. I took this, I plugged in the household plug to this, and there you go. So see, the 12 volts only 17 watts in. The household plug, like I said, is 60. So I was feeding this 60 watts as I was running 100 watts to extend the runtime of my electric blanket. So that's why it's good to have multiple power stations. So if I had 2 of these big ones, that's 600 watt hours combined. So I could have 6 hours of electric blanket time. So there's a little trick. So like I said, I do prefer traditional solar because here's the thing. No matter how expensive the power station you buy, if one of the components fails, that's it. These are done. With traditional solar, let's say your battery goes bad, buy another battery. Your charge controller goes bad, buy another charge controller. The inverter goes bad, buy another inverter. I have my inverter back here. There you go. That's my power inverter, and then it's plugged into the surge protector right there. So if one thing fails on your traditional solar panel, you could just replace it, your traditional solar system. Like let's say the inverter in here fails, that's it. It's useless. So yeah, if one thing fails in this, it's done. And I've had one go bad on me already. Different brand, not Enginstar. My Yosi Power actually went bad on me. I have a Westinghouse in here, I think. There it is. This Westinghouse. See, this is a short-term test. I've only had these for a couple months, but I have used them up, like ran the battery dead on both of these multiple times. This Westinghouse is a couple of years old, and this one has been really durable, but very basic. See, nothing, no displays. It's just bars for how much power you have. So there you go. Those are the Enginstars right now. It looks like the best value for portable power stations. This is comparable to a Jackery Explorer 300. So there you go. The more power, the better. I got 3 portable power stations, a battery right there, solar battery right there, and another solar battery back here. Right there. And then I got a big inverter right there, 1500 watt inverter to power this microwave.